Hello guys, it's Ben Spurs21 here with the main talking point for the weekend's football. Now, obviously I could just go on forever about how brilliant Spurs were in their 4-0 win, but I thought I would try and look for another game where something really stood out, and it was yesterday, which is that Pep Guardiola has well and truly been found out. I mean, Man City were not just beaten yesterday by Everton, they were demolished 4-0. Wow, 4-0. That's not flattering to Everton. That was fully deserved. They were easily better in every department than Man City were. Just better passing, better movement, better creativity, more cutting edge, everything. City didn't have any answer for them at all. Any answer whatsoever. And I think, yet again, it proves Pep Guardiola is either unwilling or not able to adapt to the English game. I mean, even at the start of the season when he won his first 10 odd games, even then they weren't beating great sides really. As soon as they came up against Spurs, but in particular the game before against Celtic that they drew 3-3, there were clues that maybe some of Guardiola's philosophies wasn't translating through to the players. And then the week when Spurs beat them 2-0, Spurs pressed them off the park. Just the pressure, the high pressure system just didn't work for Pep. And Pochettino had the answer for everything. And throughout the season, it's been a common theme that City just aren't able to either adapt to Guardiola's system or maybe even Guardiola's not adapting to England, because I watched some of City's games and I just think these players just don't have the capability to do it. I mean, continually asking to play from the back. I mean, how many goals is that costing this season? You think of, I mean, John Stones again yesterday, which is what led to the fourth goal. You think of considered at home against Southampton. Look at the losing 4-2 at Leicester. I mean, nearly at least two of the goals came from defensive errors, and it's got to be asked. Claudio Bravo is a liability. I mean, the decision to loan out Joe Hart, it's just mind-boggling. Granted, I do think Joe Hart's as good as he was 3 or 4 years ago, but trust me, he's way better than Bravo is, even now. I mean, Bravo is so indecisive when it comes to command in the box. He just doesn't have the capability of leading the back line and pushing them out like you see Hugo Lloris or David De Gea or, you know, a keeper of top quality do in the Premier League. He just doesn't have the capability to do it. And I think it's a really bad reflection on Guardiola's judgment. And he's took bar Bravo and Stones. This is nearly the same group of players that City had last season, and they've performed in exactly the same manner that they did last season when Pellegrini was still there. They've started off amazingly, and they're just drifting further and further away, yet again. And I think it's showing that Guardiola's frustrations. I mean, he's having pops at the media, on his post-match interviews, his press conferences. I think he knows the amount of pressure that he's under. This is a much bigger job than he expected it to be. I think he probably expected for himself to just come in, wave the magic wand, and everything would just work. But I think he's finding out it's not that easy in England. It might be easy when you're Barcelona or Bayern Munich, and if you've got one team really to play against every season. But not in the Premier League. You have to play every game the same intensity. And this is going to win one of two ways. Either Guardiola goes into the season if they don't get top 4, which is looking more of a possibility now, or he has got to basically buy an entirely new 11. Because you look at Yaya Toure, who's probably over his best. Fernando passed it. Fernandinho started brilliantly but has struggled. Sterling again is too inconsistent. I mean, really, if you take away Sergio Aguero, but they'd be mid-table, really. I mean, the defensive line. I mean, Stones. I don't want to come across too harsh on John Stones because I do think he's a good defender, but he just doesn't seem to be able to learn the simple things of defending. Sometimes you don't have to just always pass it out all the time. There are times where you're under pressure, you've just got to kick the ball into Rose Head and get it clear. You've just got to do it. And the same applies to the keeper as well. Don't just pass it to the nearest defender near you and then put them under pressure, which causes you to be under pressure. Just hoof it up long. That way you can get your defensive line sorted and organised for when the attack comes. It's just really, really weird how City's just fallen apart this season. So, and obviously Spurs are coming to City on Saturday, and given how easily Everton managed to get through, and if we're even half as good as we were against West Brom, we will win comfortably there if City don't turn up, and I really don't see them turning up, to be honest. I think, again, going back to their defence, Otamendi is error prone all of the time. Company's just so injury prone now, unfortunately. He's just picking up injury after injury after injury. There needs to be a big reshuffle at City. Either Guardiola will say, I'm not interested in this and I'm going, or he'll have to go to Sheikh Mansour and say, I need an entire new 11. I need every dollar that you've got to completely change this team around. Because that's what it needs at the moment. Because the players he's got are nowhere near good enough, bar a select few, nowhere near good enough to win the Premier League title, in my view. So, what do you guys think of it? Do you agree with that? Let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to click like, share and subscribe. I've been Dennis21. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.